Good morning everyone and welcome back to $10 Million Farm series. And today we are actually going to, for the first time, use this useless thing, the Škoda. And we are solely using it because at the end of the last episode we found out that I can just show you. We have bottled milk, 2 pallets to be exact. And we need a way to rapidly transport it to the sell spot. Well, to be honest, we could just use a tractor and a flatbed, but I have bought the car and I might as well use it for something. And as it is a tradition, now let's head to the farm shop for the first time in this episode. Oh my, one thing is for sure. This thing is almost uncontrollable at 100 kilometers per hour. It does have a top speed of 180, but I can't seem to get anywhere near it. It's probably for my own safety though. Well, it's a shame. It can't drift. So why have we came to the farm shop? Well, we need a trailer for the car. So here is a trailer. A chaos orange paint job plus some black rims. And we are set. It just occurred to me that I don't know if it will fit to the car. Now that's a relief. It does. Now, it looks like it has ramps, but I don't see any way of getting them out. I can open the back flap, but no options for the ramps. That's a shame. I was hoping it had them. Like, those are ramps, right? No option out here either, though. Oh, I found it. You need to change the tip side. That's intuitive. It took me a minute, but I got there. Now I also want to buy, maybe not the forklift, but definitely a skid steer. We only have 2 options. Is there any difference besides the price? Oh, the Kubota is a lot heavier. So since we are transporting it with the Škoda, I'm gonna go with the New Holland. And we also need pallet forks in Chaos Orange, of course. Let's see if I can load it up on the trailer on first try. It looks promising. Oh, that is great. Just need to center it on the axles, and there we go. Strap the skid steer so that we won't lose it on the way. And now I hope the Škoda is powerful enough to pull it. Now, color me impressed. I didn't think it would pull. Oh, bus! That was a close one. This doesn't seem safe. It's so bouncy, plus it doesn't help that the car's steering is so sensitive. Finally, we made it back in one piece. Well, spoke too soon, I guess. I just crashed, so let's try that again. Finally, we made it back in one piece. Well, the skid steer can be parked right here, and we will need it soon. But first, we are starting to accumulate quite a lot of machinery, plus a lot of it does need a wash. But I don't really have time for that, so where can I park this plow at? Maybe behind the silage pit. Yeah, might be our best option. There, until next time, that we will need you. Where was I? I don't remember. Cows? Maybe. They are sure eating a lot, so we will need to feed them soon. I don't think I wanted to check up on the cows though. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. We need to cultivate field 37. And then we need to wait until April. Yeah, April to plant the corn. So we are getting closer to that massive silage harvest. So, in order to cultivate the field, we need a cultivator. I want one that the JCB can pull, so you are too big for it. Although you aren't. The Neverland. The Neverland. Oh, and since I have the weight at the shop, I need to leave this one over here. So, how about that? We need to, once again, go to the farm shop. Way sooner than I hoped to. Oh, right. I forgot. I have the Fendt in the middle of the field doing nothing, whilst it could have been rock picking. This field isn't quite done yet, but I doubt that the worker will figure out how to continue. So I think a better idea is to put it on the big field and have it continue there. Oh, and I better empty it so that it won't be full after 5 minutes. This looks like a perfect spot for a rock pile, if we would own the land, of course, but we don't. How about here? No? Then here. There we go. A useless rock pile next to a useless shed. Now I need to get across this enormous field and set it on a worker. Again. Which is easier said than done. I sure am happy that workers exist, because this would take a minute to get done. Okay, now I need the worker to go up and down the field instead of across it, so that we can cultivate in the meantime. That does not look good. It appears that you can't change the start angle if you're using the worker. So let's hope that we will be done with the cultivating before the Fendt catches up to us. Now I wonder, what if you don't start the worker at the edge? What happens then? It's working out its bearings, and it looks like it will just start right where you set it off. So this might be interesting. We shall see. We still have the John Deere in the field that is really low on fuel, actually. So that is one more thing we need to do today. How great. Actually, since I'm already headed to the farm shop with the JCB, why don't I also take the 7R and we go ahead and buy ourselves a planter. Plus we can fill it at the gas station. Seems like a good idea. Only thing is that the JCB is already halfway to the farm shop and about as far away from the ferry as it could have been. I'll just improvise. So, the plow can go over here and the John Deere can go on the ferry. And I'll race it with the JCB and we can see which is faster, even though we already established that. The John Deere is all set, so away you go. And now the race starts. I'm pretty positive that I can beat that ferry with the JCB. I win, even though I haven't checked on the ferry. Well, here we have it. The cultivator that the JCB will be pulling, And also can't forget the weight, that is most likely the most important thing here. Here we have it. That is one rig completed. Now for the other one. So, what kind of options do we have for planters? The biggest one, coincidentally, from John Deere, needs 360 horsepower. And our John has, well, not enough, actually, at least for now. Unless we upgrade the engine. Then it should be powerful enough. Although, the Kinsey one only needs 350 horsepower. And it can also fertilize at the same time. Plus, it's wider. But a tad bit more expensive. Trust me, I would rather go with the John Deere one, so that we have a John Deere on John Deere. But the Kinsey is just better. So yeah, I'm going Kinsey on this one. Ah, how great. Another achievement that I have no idea what it means. Well, we will definitely need to upgrade the engine on the 7R, since right now it only has 352 horsepower. A little too short for my liking. Okay, well, we first need to fill up the John Deere's fuel tank because I really don't want it to run out in the middle of the field. Let's see how long it will take to fill up.
1 hour later!
It took a minute, and it also took $700 out of my bank account. Sheesh! Huh. So, with that out of the way, let's hook up the planter and let's get them all on the ferry and to the yard/field. For the moment, I won't bother with the seed and fertilizer, so I'll take it empty to the farm. But wow, this is a long machine to transport around. I just hope it will fit on the ferry. Oh, we have plenty of space on the ferry. So, no idea why I was even worried. Now for the JCB and the cultivator. To be honest, we are starting to run low on our funds. We already dropped below 5 mil, and we haven't even yet bought the biogas plant, which I doubt is cheap. Whilst we wait for the ferry to cross the river, for the 80th time, I'm going to load the trailer with bottled milk, so that later we can sell it. All loaded up. I just hope the ferry has arrived on the other shore. Huh, it has. So let's fire up the JCB and let's get a move on the cultivating. Ah, shoot, that won't fit. I barely stopped in time. Thankfully, I saw the roof at the last possible second. Well, that's what happens if you check on your phone whilst you drive. You almost crash. Wow, that could have been catastrophic. A minor tragedy aside, we arrived, so let me set up the GPS and we can start cultivating. Well, we are halfway done with cultivating, and I'm wondering how is the fan doing. That's a pleasant surprise. It's barely at 53%, and it has done quite a lot already, so we still have some time before it needs to be unloaded. Finally, we are done with the cultivating. That means the massive field is 80% done and ready to be planted. We are just waiting on the Fendt to finish with rock picking. That means we can take the JCB and the cultivator back to the top yard. It does need some pressure washing, so I'll leave it over here and we can have a massive machinery cleaning day, or something like that. Well, with the field work taken care by the worker, let me check up on the cows. Well, they could use some food, but we have a tiny problem. The Fendt isn't here, and the skid steer won't lift high enough to tip into the forage mixer. So sorry cows, you'll need to wait until next time to get some more food. Well, there is still one more thing I want to do before we finish today's episode. I want to sell the bottled milk. Now, where is the best price at? Since I don't really want to deal with building my own kiosk at the moment. Well, the small farmer's kiosk will give us $634 per pallet. So that is the place we are going at. Now it says it is 1.4 kilometers away, but I checked the map twice over and I can't seem to find said kiosk. But I do recall there being a sell point at the starting farm, so maybe, just maybe, it is there. Time for a bit of a fast scenic drive. A few almost missed turns and a whole lot of trying to figure out where to go, we are here. But I don't see any triggers, so I'll just hope this will work. How about that? It actually worked. I don't know if it was worth only 1.5 grand, but at least we got to use the rapid delivery vehicle that we now have in full operation. Well, I made it back alive and I haven't heard from the Fendt. Oh, that's why. It's full. So let's empty it and let it continue. There we go. Our tiny rock pile just doubled in size. Oh, that's great. The Fendt also needs some delicious diesel. I just hope it will last until it finishes the job on this field. Okay, I waited long enough. I need to know how expensive the biogas plant is. That's a lot. Nearly $2 million. Wow. A bit of a shocker, I must say. But it is still cheaper than if I would have built it from scratch. That means we effectively only have $3 million that we can spend before we go bankrupt. That is a comforting thought, isn't it? I brought the John Deere to the top yard and I just wanted to modify it a bit before we end it for today. Well, we need a brand new and more powerful engine, plus some dual wheels just because it will look cool whilst planting. Well, we successfully spent some more of our hard-earned money, which we didn't earn, and we got a couple of new toys to use. But unfortunately, I need to end this episode here. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm Farmer's Chaos, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye for now.